Welcome to the Social Mission Revolution.
Each week we explore some of the greatest undertold stories of businesses and everyday people who are making their ultimate impact on the world through social mission. This is Social Mission Revolution,
and this is your host, Andrea Putin. On Social Mission Revolution today, I'm very happy to have along two of my favourite people, Sarifa and Hassan Younes. And I call them the dynamic duo because they do so many amazing things. And so I really wanted to get them onto the show today to share with you some of their social mission and what they're up to. So Sarifa and Hassan, would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourselves and who you are and what you do?
Thank you so much, Andrea. I am Sarifa Younes, and I am a keynote speaker and author, also a serial entrepreneur. We have few businesses on education here in Australia and in the Philippines. And my husband, Hassan, is always a partner in this mission that we are doing. So basically, we are on the educational industry or sector. And maybe my behalf can introduce.
Thank you, Andrea, again for this opportunity. My name is, like you said, Hassan Younes. My background is aerospace engineering. Graduated in '97, and then after marrying my wife Sarifa, we decided to go into business. So we opened a childcare center, and then we opened some travel agencies, and then we opened a training organization in Melbourne. Then we opened another international school in the Philippines, and our passion for education and sharing the knowledge took us on another journey, which is the professional speaking. That is to share the knowledge with other people. So that's who we are, basically. And by the way, I've resigned from my aerospace career back in 2008 to focus full time on the businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it that you two do everything together and that the passion comes through both of you with each and everything that you do. So it gives a good message as far as what I'm working with and with Social Mission Revolution is that you've always got to have someone beside you to help you on that journey. And I'm sure you both find that helps. That lifts the level up more than just double, doesn't it?
Yes. And I believe that when a husband and wife support each other and they have they share the same dream and vision and mission, it makes their dream even more meaningful. That's why, as Hassan said, that he had resigned from his aerospace engineering job with Boeing to support me fully with the business that I was running. And by him resigning and supporting me with the business, with our educational businesses, it took the business to the next level. And I believe also that behind a successful man is a woman, and behind every successful woman is a supportive, loving, and caring husband. So that's what we have, and I would really encourage husband and wife to share the same dreams. Although some husband and wife, they have a separate dreams, but when they come to one of the dreams to share, it makes their life even better and realize their dreams as well.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and I see it in you two all the time, how you're just passionate
Thank you.
together. So my question that I like to ask everybody is, if there is one thing in the world that you could, if there was only one thing in the world for you to fight for, what would it be? So Sarifa, what would that one thing be for you?
If there is one thing that I would fight, and it is my passion and obsession, is on education. I would love and I would be dreaming to see orphans and disadvantaged children and women who did not have the chance or privilege to be educated, to have that rights and privilege, as I believe every human being. One of the human beings' basic right is education. And there is at least 750 million illiterate women in the world.
Mm.
And
So
also children, like around 50 million children all over the world are disadvantaged of education. So education, I believe that it's only education that would eradicate poverty and violence also. When we have a highly educated population, particularly women, it helps the society's development financially and the growth of the country, financial and social, and in every aspect, and in health. Having an educated parents or a mother, it means children have a proper guidance. Children get the best advice as they grow up. We as a women, is we nurture our children. When we are highly educated, women are highly educated, they are able to participate in a challenging decision and discussion within the family and in the community. Having said that, it means productivity will increase and the health of the children will increase. And the juvenile children, children on the street, will decrease because it is the mother that is giving that proper advice. If a mother is not highly educated, it is very hard for the children to get the proper advice from a parent. And second, it will increase also women's participation in politics, in management, or in business, and whatever kind of jobs or work, because a woman who is intelligently participating or intellectually included in a group discussion, it can always get better.
Mm.
And it means we will have a society that is more developed in every area. Then we would not have a problem, you know. So for me, I look at those education, having a less participation in education in women is a very big obstacle that you could ever think. Because we women is the very foundation of education that we can inculcate, instilled in our children. If a woman is less educated, it means the social life, the economic life of the children and the whole family and the society will be lagging behind. So I believe I believe in the power of education. So if there is one thing that I would change is educating orphans, children, and women.
That is such a passion, and you know so much about why it's so important. That's incredible. And I've seen that in some of the other people that I've talked to. Really what it comes down to is that women need this education. And so what do we do to find those ways of making that happen? Fabulous message there. And what about you, Hassan? Do you have, what is it that you would fight for? You have something a little bit different?
Yeah, it's sort of like on the same page, but a little bit different. My passion is sharing knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
transferring knowledge that I have, so that other people can benefit from and can learn from and can progress from. So my passion is the education side and standing and delivering that knowledge. But the thing that I would fight for is that I see all of us. I see all of us, and I feel that all of us are just, we are one people.
Mm.
That's the way I see it, regardless of color or race or even gender, whether you're female or male, culture, beliefs, whatever it is. I see all of us as one, and that's the one thing that I would fight for, to have that social cohesion where there are no boundaries, there are no differences, there are no prejudice or racism, or it's just one big friendship.
Yes.
And the thing with friendship is that you can be friends with any person. So friendship can develop with anyone. Friendship doesn't look like, race, color, whatever. So friendship is a feeling. And when you have the global friendship, that means there are no boundaries anymore. There's no differences between us. And that's the one thing I would fight for. So my passion is education, transferring knowledge and educating people and helping them progress and helping them upskill and advance themselves through that passion, that I want to see the world as one cohesive social environment. No differences. We're all the same.
It's very similar to my passion as well. Very similar. So let's talk about your social mission. We've got this great picture of who the two of you are and what's really passionate about you. So how have you brought this into a social mission into your lives?
I bring you back in 2008 when I visited Philippines, and I saw a lot of disadvantaged children and women, and it made me cry when I had a conversation with these women. This one woman that came to my house a day before I left for Australia, and basically her husband has passed away, and her sister also, and her brother-in-law and her parents the same thing. And she has 4 children with her sister's children, and she also has her own 2 kids. And there was this time that she was telling me that they were lucky if they had a meal in a day. And where they live is inaccessible. They live in a very remote area that only poor people are living in that area. So all their neighbors are really poor, disadvantaged financially. And she was telling me a story about the children that she has been telling them as stories, reading them as stories to put them to sleep because there was no food. And that was their 4th day that they had no food. And she was boiling a water in a pot and telling them that there was a food. And she was just telling them a story while waiting for the food to cook. But actually, there was no food. It was just water. And then the kids, they could not sleep, and their tummy were rumbling. And she kept telling them, no, the food is not ready yet, until they fell asleep. In the morning, she woke up around 4 o'clock, and she was devastated because she could hear their tummy rumbling where they were sleeping. And she quickly got out of the bed and went down very early in the morning, knocking on the neighbor's door to ask only for half glass of rice so she could cook it. And then one of her neighbors gave her a half glass of rice. And then she quickly put a lot of water that you could barely scoop a rice from it when it was cool. Maybe a spoon, you could see only 1 grain of rice inside that. But that just to help them. And that's what she fed them in the morning. The children were shaking because they have not eaten for 4 days, and they were eating as if they had never eaten in their life. And then from that moment, when she told me the story, and I look at her and I say, you will never be hungry in your life. And because it was not my last day in the Philippines, and I put my bag, I was shaking my bag upside down to drop any coins that I had, whatever money left. And I went to my husband Hassan. I say, can you put your hand in your pocket and give me anything what you have, from coins to notes or whatever. And then she put her hands in her wallet and her pocket, his pocket, and took out whatever he had. It wasn't much because that was our last day. And I gave to her. Then from that day, I came back to Australia and I could not sleep. I had this piggy bank and I opened it and I counted, it was $700, and I went to the bank and I sent them there. After a few months, I went to the Philippines and I spoke to the people there, and we went to those remote areas and I said, I want to help those people, the orphans who could barely eat, not those who can eat a day, but those who could not eat, like barely they have food in a week. That's what I wanted to help. And then we try to help them for the education also. It's not that Hassan and I, we had money because we just started the business at the time, but we tried to deprive ourselves of other needs that we had so we could help and support those children. And then we started with 77 orphan children. Mm. And we were trying to help them as much as we could, and then for the education also, because I really believe that education will eradicate poverty. So that's our mission started, and it started to grow. And we have some students also that we were helping them to at least have their degree. By saying this, I'm not saying that we are filthy rich or we have a lot of money. By saying this is I want to encourage the people who are able to at least help orphans, disadvantaged children, or women, at least for their education, because I really believe that when they are equipped with education, they are able to help themselves and the other people around them. And then we are billions of people on earth, and there are 750 illiterate women on earth, and more than 500 million children on earth who are orphans. If one of us donate even $1 a month, there would be no hungry children and women on earth.
It's so simple, isn't it?
Yes, I really want to inspire and encourage those people who are able. Even at least $1 a month is more than enough. And if we all do that, we have no people struggling on earth.
Yes.
So that's how my social mission started, is to campaign for that. That's why my husband and I, Hassan, we decided to go on speaking so we can inspire other people and share our stories. We have a lot of stories to share. We are where we are now because of the struggles, because of the stories that we want to share, that it inspired us from the very beginning when we got married. That it is unsaid. We never talked about it in the beginning, but it's something that we were doing it together, but we did not even realize that we've been doing it until recently, that we said that we are where we are now because of our past, because of those obstacles that we have been through. And of course, complacency also. That's why we are talking about the obstacles and the complacency, you know.
Yes.
And I'm sure we can transform a lot of people who could hear and listen to our story and our vision and mission. And I'm sure we all share the same vision and mission in life to have a successful environment or people around us. Yes, and I think I would leave to Hassan to say more.
So I'd like to know more about where that first passion of in the Philippines, where it's taking you to today, to what you're doing today with that. If you'd like to share a bit more about that.
When we were in the Philippines and I saw those children who are disadvantaged, there were a lot of them, financially disadvantaged and education. My husband and I decided, and we talk about it, that education become our passion. Like as for me, since childhood, education is always my passion. And I would bring my mother into this picture that when I was young, she told me education will drag anyone out of misery. And I really believe in that. That's what make me and Hassan decided to concentrate on education. That's why we get rid of our 3 travel agencies, and then we get we concentrate on education. In 2008, we already started planning to build a school in the Philippines. In fact, there was one college in the Philippines. It's called the AKIC. That is an international college in the Philippines. That we are part of the birth of that university. And after a while, because we were a shareholder, and I told Hassan that it's maybe better for us to have our own school, because if something happened to us in the future, our mission and our vision to help poor people, particularly orphans and women, this dream would not last unless and until we have a very solid financial support if something happened to us. To have that is to have a school in the Philippines. That school, International Academy of Marawi, it's an international school. It's for the elite people, but the income that we are getting, the profit, and it's been our dream, our very uh, uh, how to call it, very the foundation of that is to whatever profit we get is to help the orphans and women who are in need, even after one day if we go, right? At least there is something that can sustain that project to help the orphans and the poor, particularly women. And I think I see that education, providing a quality education in a place where it is now, is, I think, one of the best thing that Hassan and I um, uh, like dream of, is to provide a quality education for the children there, so they get that opportunity also to go out of the country and study and get a better quality education. And when they go back to that place, they can always help those poor areas in the Philippines to uplift the education as well. At the same time, it is providing financial help for the orphans for their education and very basic needs in life, and it's food and education.
So you give scholarships to to the orphans to go to that school so that they're on the same level as the.
Yes, some of them are orphans and very poor children. They are in that school, but some students, also university students, and some students, they are in a different school because they're a bit far from our school. But at least still, they are getting that help to pay for their school fees and very basic needs in life, clothing and food. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's where our passion in social mission and education started. Although it has been started even when we had our first son, Adam, when we could not find a childcare, and we built a childcare also.
I love that story.
Proper childcare, and we could also employ women who could not get jobs as their stepping stone also. And also the community, servicing the community, to employ people around the community, and helping encourage mother to go back to work, because at that time there was not much childcare to cater for those women who are working. So it means you are helping the mother to go to work, and also helping their children to give them a proper education, quality care and education.
Yep.
Yes, so that's when really our passion started. From the birth of our son.
Yeah, things change when you have children. You want to do, your whole view on society seems to be altered as well, as not just your narrow little world. It's the whole world opens up.
Yes, yes.
So Hassan, have you got something you want to add to all of that?
I think she summed up everything. Yeah, in terms of what was the question again?
We were just basically talking about social mission, what the social mission was, and how that's
how it started. Yeah,
how
yeah.
it started, how it came into
Yeah,
being.
that's pretty much how it all started. And like Sarifa mentioned, we didn't actually realize we are on this social mission until we've sort of like recently, it's like, oh my God, we've done so much. You know, we sponsored orphans, we sponsored students, we had students graduate from college and university, and they've got top jobs. And you know, we've built houses for poor families that were living in a wooden hut that was, you know, really in bad shape. So we've done a lot of things that we didn't actually realize it, because it was like a what do you call it, an accidental mission, so to speak, you know, until we learned that we have a really good purpose here. And
I could call it accidental revolutionist or something, because that's really what it is that we see something and we respond, isn't it? That
we respond. Yeah, you see a situation where you could help and say, I can help. Then you act on that, and then you move on, right? And then you see another situation where people are disadvantaged, or a situation where you can help, and then you say, okay, I can help. So then you help again, and then you make the situation better, and then and so on and so forth. Then you realize, oh my God, you know, we are doing so many good things here. And
it's not until you stop and think about it.
Official, you know?
Or somebody points it out to you, even that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing. Yeah, wow, look at all the stuff you're doing. You go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I have done a lot, haven't I?
Yeah. And it's all about, for me, as I said, my passion is about education and transferring knowledge so that people can actually grow and advance. And seeing orphans graduate from high school and eventually graduate from college and universities, for me, that was the biggest reward. Like knowing that I've given some people who are totally disadvantaged, not able to afford education, and help them to actually graduate from university and get them a job. That's the most rewarding thing.
And you don't know, when I think about that story, I think about you've given someone an education, and then what's the potential of that in the world?
Yeah.
That they can go on to what will they do in the world? So that ripple effect of what you do is just amazing and powerful, that it affects people for generations because of that one person you've helped. And you've helped so many, so it's going to be massive.
Yeah, hopefully. And we had, there was one time we went back to the Philippines, and all these students that graduated from university, they came to our hotel and they hosted us for lunch. It was about 15 or 18.
15, yeah.
15.
Those who completed.
And some of them got jobs and etc. So they came to our hotel and they, hosted us for lunch. And I told them in that gathering, I told them, look, what I want from you, I don't want any like thank you or gifts or rewards from you or anything like that. What I want from you is you go out there and you identify those people that need help and you help them like we helped you.
Yeah.
You know, just go out there and help those people like we did to you. And that's all that I'm asking for. And and we hope that it does carry on like a ripple effect. So
Because they ask us, and in fact, we did not want them to know that we were the ones sponsoring their education. Because, like you want to give those people some dignity. And if you do things, we believe in doing it from your heart. And somehow one of them got to know from I don't know where, and they started talking and they came to meet us and they said, how can we pay you back? And Hassan and I, as Hassan said, and I added onto it that like, look, help yourself. When you are able, give back to the society. And that's all what we want. You can only give back if you have something extra. So when you have extra, give to the society.
Yes. So you've got to
And the
fill your cup first and have the cup
yeah,
overflowing, and then you can
I
give to the
believe
world.
changing one's soul, you need only one to transform and change one's soul. And that one soul, they can help a community. It can change a community as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes. Mhm.
That's really powerful. So I guess that would be the advice that you would give people, wouldn't it?
Yes. It's always good to give than to receive.
Mm,
When you are able to give, give.
yeah.
Because the best satisfaction that any human being can get is when they give, and they see when they give, they're changing a soul for betterment.
Yeah.
Changing a soul for betterment is changing a society and changing the nation as a whole.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So having this mission, this work that you're doing, alongside having your own businesses, I know you have a few businesses and they must keep you very busy. Does that help you in your daily business? How does that transfer into what you're doing on a daily basis?
You want me to talk first?
You're on a roll.
I think it's all about balancing and understanding what you're doing. I always believe that if there is a will, there is a way. If we give ourselves one only excuse not to do things, we can't do it. But if we will give also ourselves one reason to do it, we will be able to do it. It's a will. And when you know that you have things to do in a row, right? And you need to do them and give them attention equally, right? To do justice to what you do. I'm sure you are able to do it. It's all about, like for me, I always tell myself, if I want to do something, I have to do justice to it and have to give that commitment.
Mhm.
And having that, and you always put in yourself that while I am healthy, I have to do it now, and I can't leave it for tomorrow, because tomorrow is another day and I don't know if I will be healthy or able to do it. So I always tell myself that while you can do it and you are able to do it and you have that strength and health to do it now. Don't leave it for tomorrow. And it's a balance of balancing the family life, because we have 4 children. We try to balance it, that make sure that our children get proper attention and guidance from us, and the love and the care that they require from us, and also the businesses that we have, that we are giving that attention that they deserve. Otherwise there's no point of having them if we cannot give justice to it. And also our vision and our mission to help people, our social mission also is, it is a privilege. You are in that position to help. Why not help? So it is a matter of putting a system in our life and a routine that from on this particular day and particular moment, this is what we need to do. And this doesn't even, though of course we have this, and this shouldn't stop us. That's why Hassan and I, we enter the speaking industry, so we cannot multiply ourselves, but our voice can reach the ear of other people who are not within our vicinity. And as also Sam Cawthorn, that it is always good within the proximity of good people, because if you are in the proximity of good people, it gives you that energy that you require to keep going in your life. And when you have that dream that is awaiting for you, and you always have that hope and a vision to keep going. So we surround ourselves with the good and positive, energetic people who are dynamic, because they charge that energy on us, and we also charge that energy on them. So when we have that collective effort with good people like you and other people within our proximity, we get that strength. It's like a petrol, in the car, it's about the petrol is about to run, and then you charge. It's like that you go within the proximity of positive, vibrant, dynamic people, because they are your fuel to keep you going. Yes,
So
so
I'm
that's
sure that you bring that energy into your business to help your employees to
yes,
stay in the energy that you need them
yes,
to inspire.
yes. Always have that positive energy, because when we go to work and we have that positive energy, it is an energy that we don't even see it, but we are rubbing it on to other people and the staff members, the teamwork. And they, when they get that positive energy with you, you look at them, they're very, very vibrant, they're dynamic, they're willing to do the work, you know, they have that will to do the work, and they start loving the work because they get that love and nurture. It's all about, as I said before in my other interview, that it's all about nurturing, feeding the soul
Yes.
of your team player, the team member, your employees, the staff members. You feed their soul with a positive energy. By passing that positive energy, it gives them that motivation and inspiration to do their work from their heart. Because the best employees, or the best teamworks, are those people who work from their heart. Because once they work from the heart, it goes to the heart of the students, or of the parents, of the customers, and it's like ripple effect.
Yeah.
That positive energy flows from the staff member to the children, to students, to the parents, to the management, and it's a chain that
Yes.
keeps
So
going, and that what make the business healthy, and it will survive longer. And it can only get healthier when you give that positive energy and nurture the business.
yes. So you having that energy inspires your employees, which inspires your, you could say, consumers, customers, which are the children and the mothers, that the families that you are supporting in your business. So
Yes.
everybody is lifted up, and your business
Yeah.
is booming because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy teamworks, happy staff members, happy students, happy parents, happy management and administration. Then when they are
Yes.
happy, successful, healthy, wealthy. So all this come as a result.
Yeah, all this comes from being from allowing yourself to be inspired in the moment of helping other people. When
Yeah,
it really comes down to it, that's where it comes from. Yeah.
that's true.
Fabulous. So we've had lots of gems, lots of really good conversation here, and lots of things for people to learn from. So before we go, I'd like to give you both the opportunity to promote what you're doing now and how people might be able to contact you, get involved in anything that you're doing. Well, I know for a fact that you're both brilliant speakers and very inspirational. So I'm sure you would like to share that with people.
Yeah, I think to promote myself, I would say yes, attend one of my keynotes, and I hope I can deliver some really valuable knowledge and experience to my audience. Um, my first strength, or my first strength, is that I'm a learner, and the second one is I'm an achiever. So I'm constantly learning new ways, new methods, new research, new knowledge, and I like to achieve things. So I would encourage people to attend my keynotes so that they can get something very, very valuable out of them, and not just walk out with another 2 hours wasted. So yeah, that's what I would do.
And your topic is?
Complacency kills, and it does. If
It's
we
a
become,
brilliant topic.
it's so relevant to everyone and everyday life. If we become too comfortable, too contented, and too relaxed, then complacency will creep up on us, and it will have detrimental effects on our lives, on our work, on our relationships. So
And if we're too complacent, we won't involve ourselves in social mission either.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
true.
right.
Yeah.
We just stay where we are because we are so contented.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, because it's not my problem.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you, Andrea, for that opportunity to promote myself. I normally.
And Sarifa, you want to tell a little bit about your topic?
Yes, I'm a keynote speaker on Love Your Obstacles, and I would love to educate and empower women to learn to love their obstacles and turn them into opportunities, because I've gone through them, and I am the living examples of one of those people who had been through a lot of obstacles in life, or challenges as may other people call it, but I learned to overcome them and turn them into opportunities. I really believe, and I firmly believe, that every single obstacle is a stepping stone to greatness and success in life.
Absolutely.
So I really would like to empower and encourage women to take opportunity in every obstacles they have, to turn them into opportunities for their advantage. Obstacles open opportunities for everyone if they choose to. So that's my advice to anybody.
It's also a wonderful message. I said at the start, you're a dynamic duo and you've got a lot to offer the world, and you're giving a lot to the world.
Thank you, Andrea.
Very
Thank
much,
you so
Andrea.
much.
So thank you very much for joining me today. And I'm sure that a lot of people will be fascinated to hear your stories, because they are incredible stories. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Andrea, for the opportunity and for your time and for the invitation. It's been a pleasure being on this show. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for including us and even thinking of us to share what we could share. And it's best thing to share for anyone to share whatever good thing they have. Thank you very much for that opportunity, Andrea. Bye for now.
Thank you for being so inspirational.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been the Social Mission Revolution with Andrea Putting. Join me again next week when we'll speak to another social mission revolutionist who will inspire you on your journey to making your ultimate impact on the world.